Are you considering a move from Nashville, Tennessee to Louisville, Kentucky? You might be wondering which city really has the best cost of living. Maybe you've asked yourself this question: where will I actually make more money, and how far can that money get me in regards to the standard of living? Well, if you've been wondering any of these questions, then this is the video for you. Welcome back. I'm Katie Skeen, a local realtor here in Louisville, Kentucky. And on my channel, we discuss all things related to moving to and living in Louisville, Kentucky. So if you're thinking about making a move here, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and like this video. That way you'll be notified every Friday when I have a new video coming out. In today's video, we're talking about the cost of living in Louisville, Kentucky versus the cost of living in Nashville, Tennessee. Which do you think has a better cost of living? Make your prediction in the comments below. The first cost of living expense that I want to look at is housing. I know a lot of you are wondering, how far will my money go to buy a house in Louisville, Kentucky or Nashville, Tennessee? Well, I took a look at Rocket Mortgage, and they have a section on their website where they give a market update every month. So if we look back to September of 2022 at that market update, that's where these facts and figures come from. The median sales price for September of 2022 in Louisville, Kentucky was $230,507. This is actually a 7.2% increase since September of last year in 2021, and the housing prices have gone up about $15,000. If we look at the Rocket Mortgage housing update for Nashville, Tennessee in September of 2022, we see that the median sales price is $500,371. Now, this is significantly higher than the median sales price for Louisville, Kentucky. Housing prices in Nashville are up 18% in comparison to September of last year in 2021, which figures out to be about an $83,000 increase. So I try to just find two comparable houses in each city, both Cape Cods, both close to downtown, to just kind of show you, if we scroll through these pictures of the home in Nashville, Tennessee, you kind of see what you're getting for your money in that city. This home sold for $505,000 back on August 31st of this year. It's a very cute home. If we take a look at these pictures from the listing in Louisville, Kentucky, we see that it is listed for $350,000 currently. So you can just see both similar Cape Cod houses, both very cute, both similar in size, but there's an obvious price difference here between these two houses. In all of these categories, I'll be giving you the cost of living index score. A score of 100 reflects our national average. So if the score is below 100, then that category is below the national average. If it's above, then obviously it's higher than the national average. So for Louisville, the score for housing is 70.9, whereas the score for Nashville is 117.1. So when we look at the housing category, it's obvious that Louisville has a lower cost of living for the housing category. The next category I want to look at is salary. How much money are you actually going to be able to make in both cities? Well, the average salary of someone living in Louisville, Kentucky, according to payscale.com, is right around $65,000 per year. Now, this is slightly less than what they quote for Nashville, Tennessee, which is $67,000 per year. So at first glance, you think, oh, you might be making a little bit more in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, I think this is actually a reflection of maybe there's just more people in Nashville that make more money. So all those country music stars maybe. So that is pulling their average up. But if we actually take a similar job that you might have in Louisville, Kentucky versus Nashville, Tennessee for the same job, we actually find that Louisville employers pay on average 1.5% higher than that same job in Nashville, Tennessee. So if we're comparing apples to apples as far as jobs, then the Louisville jobs pay a little bit more, not a lot, but a little bit more. If you want to say who's the winner for salary, I'd say they're pretty equal, but Louisville has a little bit of an edge in that category. The next category is transportation. Now, this category is always a little bit of a mystery to me. So if you know about this, make sure to comment below. But Louisville historically and currently is higher, about 3% higher than other places in the US for their cost of transportation. I honestly am not sure why this is. So if you know, go ahead and comment below. Why is it that Louisville's transportation cost is consistently 3% higher? When we look at that cost of living index scale in regards to transportation, we see that Louisville is 103.2 and Nashville sits at 100.7. So we do see that reflected. The Nashville transportation costs are right in line with the national average, and Louisville is 3% higher. Let's move on to food and groceries because I thought that this was really interesting. Now, I set up a pickup order in Louisville, Kentucky at Kroger, and I also set up a pickup order in Nashville, Tennessee at Kroger, and I compared some of the prices. The first price that I compared was that of Dave's bread. I don't know what kind of bread you guys like, but in our house, we get Dave's bread. Well, it was exactly the same in both places. It was $5.99. The next thing I looked at was the price of a dozen eggs. Again, the eggs were tied, $5.39. But the thing that shocked me so much was 1 gallon of 2% milk, the Kroger brand, in both places. I don't think you'll believe it. In Louisville, Kentucky, the Kroger milk for 1 gallon costs $1.49. In Nashville, it's $3.59. What in the world? Almost triple the cost. One side note here, I say if you're shopping at Kroger, you might want to consider shopping at Aldi. That's where I shop, and all of these prices are a lot lower over at Aldi. We also see this more expensive reality in Nashville in regards to their cost of living index scores for this category. For Louisville, Kentucky, food and grocery score was 97, whereas Nashville, Tennessee's score was 102. So if we look at the overall scores of Nashville, Tennessee versus Louisville, Kentucky, where are they rated kind of overall on the National Cost of Living Index, we see that the overall cost of living score for Louisville, Kentucky is 89.7. For Nashville, Tennessee, it's 103.1. When I looked at salary.com, I thought they had some really interesting information about this. When you compare the overall cost of living from Nashville, Tennessee to Louisville, Kentucky, you can expect to save about 4.2% on all of your expenses. Additionally, the estimated salary change is 1.5%. You're gonna make a teeny bit more in Louisville, Kentucky. So this is great news. You're actually gonna gain $3,374 of income annually by living in Louisville, Kentucky. I hope you've enjoyed this video comparing the cost of living between Louisville, Kentucky and Nashville, Tennessee. I think you'll probably agree with me that it is more affordable to live in Louisville, Kentucky. If you're interested in more information about the cost of living specifically in Louisville, be sure to check out my other video, The Cost of Living in Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.